Welcome back to our Battlefront 2 lore play series. Our current mission is to find out how big the First Order actually is, so we're gonna try to board a First Order Star Destroyer.
Now what? Relax. They don't know we stole these ties. Stay in formation and look for an entrance. Blend in and hold fire. Got it. Dio, hook up to the tie's computer. Scan the Star Destroyer for a way inside.
I like that Dio can hook into its computer. Since he was an Imperial droid, that kinda makes sense that he could interface with their security. This Star Destroyer is called the Retribution. I think that was the third named Resurgent class we heard about. I used to think that maybe they were rare, but The Last Jedi showed us that the First Order apparently had a ton of them. What kind of weird formation are these ties flying in? They're just arbitrarily flying through the Star Destroyer. Is this a defense formation, or is the flight leader just showing off?
Delta 6, Commander Haas ordered your unit to remain on Vardos. Report.
Are we Delta 6? What do we report?
I think our cover's about to be blown.
Then open fire. Maybe we can catch them off guard.
Alert! We have rogue ties advancing on the Retribution. Take them down.
They're coming for us.
Hurry up! We need to get inside!
After our cover is blown in a brief fight, we make our way inside the destroyer, which is super cool. Being next to the hyperdrive as it jumps is awesome to see. Also, it's interesting how games can expand on vehicles and environments like this. We're about to get our best look at the inside of a Resurgent class battlecruiser, and while it's reminiscent of what little we saw in The Force Awakens, a lot of it had to be developed brand new for this game, especially the more technical rooms like this. What does a hyperdrive of this scale look like? Now we know, and DICE got to design it. I think that's neat.
Didn't die, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, I was terrified that they were going to kill Shriv during this entire DLC. He continues to be the best character in the game, and I just want to keep him out of harm's way.
There's gotta be a computer terminal somewhere.
We should split up and regroup when we find something.
I'll just go on my own then. Look at all this.
You see anything? Over here. Project Resurrection. Wait a minute. Janata, no mock system. The First Order kidnaps children and forces them to become stormtroopers.
Their military numbers must be... I can't even imagine.
Try to find a manifest. Are those?
Capital ships.
Enough to reclaim control over the entire galaxy.
Stop there.
What is that?
A First Order dreadnought.
That sounds bad already.
It is. I've heard stories from General Organa. Rumors, mostly. But they're terrifying.
Then we need to find a weakness.
Dio, you're up. Download the schematics for that ship. We need to bring it to Leia and the Resistance.
Until the ship's out of hyperspace, we're not going anywhere.
I got a plan for that. Find us a ride out. Make it a fast one. You'll know when it's time to move.
I dislike this already. Good luck, you two.
So, this plan of yours? We're gonna rip this Star Destroyer out of hyperspace.
That cutscene set up a lot of things about The Last Jedi. We learned officially what Project Ressurection was, even though it's been said a number of times already. The kidnapping of children to force them into being stormtroopers. I imagine the name Resurrection refers to resurrecting an Imperial-type military. We also got to see a First Order dreadnought. Like the First Order AT-ST and the AT-M6, Battlefront 2 just barely beat The Last Jedi as the first story to show us these new vehicles. Iden makes a point to download the schematics, which will be important later. And like I mentioned earlier, we have confirmation that the First Order has a massive fleet. I used to speculate that the First Order might not be a huge military force because that would help explain where they were getting the resources to build this stuff, but we're now learning that Palpatine began setting up outposts in the Outer Rim, and that helped the First Order get a jumpstart on their revenge. The next segment is a really long escort or defense mission or whatever you want to call it, so let's just zip through that until Hask comes back.
No! That's the Iden I remember. Bold, unpredictable. Use your weapon. Come on, use your weapon!
Say? It's okay.
Motherhood has made you weak.
I gotcha. Do it!
So long, Hask. I gotta say, he was always my favorite member of Inferno Squad. I would love to see what he's been up to for the last 30 years or so, or even for that year in between the Battle of Endor and the Battle of Jakku. I just really like Paul Blackthorne, and his performance as Gideon Hask was good. We blow the hyperdrive and take the Retribution out of hyperspace right next to Starkiller Base, which I kinda figure that's where it was headed anyway, but at least now it can't assist in the battle.
Mom, look! We did it!
And then we learn that Iden has been shot, which I kind of assumed happened during that whole mess with Hask.
No. He didn't. Good enough. Okay, Mom, you need to get some help. Come on.
No,
Mom,
no,
come on.
It's too late. It's too late. Listen. You need to get Dio to the Resistance. Do you understand?
No, what are you talking about? No.
It's gonna be okay.
No, it isn't. I need you. How are you so calm right now?
I'm scared. I'm just more afraid of failing than dying. But I have hope in you. Listen. Listen. We fight so others can live. And if we die, it better be for the same reason. You understand? I love you.
I love you, Mom.
I wish you could see what I see.
Mom. Mom.
I like seeing events from the films play out from another perspective. That's probably why I loved the book from a certain point of view so much. But seeing Starkiller Base explode from the bridge of an exploding Star Destroyer is cool.
Iden? Zay, you there? Hope you two are ready because we gotta move.
It's just me, Shriv. She's gone.
Oh.
It's okay. She made it count.
She always did.
Contact the Resistance. Tell them that this is just the beginning. The First Order is still coming. But we have hope. And hope is the reason we are going to win.
Anyway, as we arrive in the Ilenium system, we can see the Radis and the Ninka Admiral Holdo ship, so we are leading directly into The Last Jedi.
First order yet. Wait. Contact!
No contact. This is Shriv Shurgov, clearance code 73 Tau. We are friendlies, requesting permission to land. Please do not shoot us.
Landing request denied.
Well, I said please.
Stand by for instructions.
It'll be okay, we just have to explain what's going on to General Organa.
Shriv, I received your message. That means you must be Zay. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your mother. She was a complicated woman, but the galaxy was far better with her in it.
Thank you, ma'am. It's very kind of you to say.
We brought you something, General. Schematics for the First Order Dreadnought. Transmitting it now.
I'll get these over to Commander Dameron for analysis right away.
Leia says she'll pass on the Dreadnought schematics to Commander Dameron, so that's how Poe knows how to set up an attack on the ship in the movie. I like how she calls him Commander as well, since he's about to get literally slapped with a demotion.
We have allies in the Outer Rim. I need a team to go find them. I know you're tired. I know you've already fought.
Leia says that allies in the Outer Rim line again. That's said like 2 more times in the movie as well, and after playing this, I was so hopeful we'd get a big save-the-day moment from the Chiss Ascendancy, which I'm sure is a pipe dream. I think that's too obscure for the general movie-going audience, but just let me dream. Really, I think sending Zay and Shriv off to find quote-unquote allies in the Outer Rim was more about answering why they didn't appear in The Last Jedi. But that is the end of the Resurrection DLC and the end of our Battlefront 2 Loreplay series. For now anyway, they could always release some future content. But if you want to start this series over from the beginning, check out this playlist here. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.